This is a concept I hadn't really considered. Is this another SPD? No, this is fully an intentional back jump. Yeah, I guess if you're gonna throw tech in the mid screen, you might as well jump back, right? Because, you know, if they catch you, you'll eat a regular combo instead of a punish counter, right? Playing Titanfall 2 as a fighting game streamer, talks about TTRPGs, loving every second of it. Well, I'm glad. But we do gotta get into the Street Fighter, I fear. So that's just an indie game studio. Is Rashid Tornado easier or harder to get in on than Hadouken? If you're talking about like the fireball itself, I would say he's got a, like, personally it feels harder, but maybe I'm missing some counterplay. But it feels like Rashid has a little bit more flexibility in what he can do and what areas he can cover with the tornado, right? Okay, let me go back just a second here. Immediate OD fireball, interesting. So that's just, he just perfect parried it, right? This is skill difference. Perfect parry the fireball, and then he's able to get in. That makes sense, sure. I guess that's something good to think about at least, right? Is that like be looking out for those perfect parries, because they do really shift the frame advantage in your favor. I think a lot of the times, like, I'm sitting there like, hey, I'll try to parry fireballs, but I don't think I really try to go for the perfect parry. Which I guess Rashid can't control the speed of his tornado once it's out that much, right? It's like the same depending on how much he charges it. Is that a little backdash there? Hey, Brick, how's the streets? Going, you know, we're watching some replays. We just started because we were talking about TTRPGs, but well, he didn't backdash. He just straight up walked out of throw range. Interesting. Just walked back there. I guess that is probably a hard read on the throw attempt, right? I have my first IRL tournament coming up next month. Ready to O2 and be happy. That was a perfect. That was a long perfect. We gonna get T-Zoc revisit anytime soon, Brick? City of the Wolves is out. The full game's out. I'm not... Oh, did he parry there? What happened? I'm not like in a huge rush to play it, honestly. What happened here? Why did he get punish countered? Actually, not entirely. Is that a like what are the inputs here on his side? At the very end. Oh yeah, medium punch. He did parry. He parried for 2 frames. Okay. Now his ass is burnt. This is it. I feel like I need to like re-examine like this whole set actually, because I'm assuming it's not quite over yet, right? He shouldn't. Is he dead? No. This is a double perfect? No, not quite. Okay. But like this, I understand why this was so incredibly dominant, right? Yeah, I feel like I need to rewatch, honestly, both rounds of this, just because, like, he beat his absolute ass, and I'm not really sure how. So I guess not trying to, like, he's not trying to force his way in, really, right? Like, he's waiting. He eventually, like, when he perfect parries Tornado, like, that's his chance. He's plus 11 here, right? So it makes a lot of sense to go aggressive, but he was being very patient. Test message, indeed. Okay, just basically guessed right on a reset. Fine. Is that his throw? What's he doing? Is that not JB like threw from half screen? No, it's his medium kick. Gotcha. It looks like a throw. It looks like a throw whiff, but that's just medium kick. Gotcha. That was definitely meant to be an SPD, right? I would imagine. Which would have worked, actually. I think this was meant to be a defensive SPD. If he blocks this. And he's -3, so interesting. That looks like it was an attempt at SPD that he screwed up, but I'm not sure. He tried to... I think he tried to SPD on -3 right there. And he just got... He uses headbutt in... I guess he's up close, but like... This is something interesting, right? He's using a headbutt in these up-close scenarios, like when he's not necessarily... It's not necessarily his turn, right? He is up close, so it's in range, but... He just... He just beat the ever-loving shit out of him. Okay, I fixed it. I had something messed up on my end. I see. As people talk about a lot when commentating Snake Eyes, this man was... was Forge in SF2 HD Remix Warzone. He understands walking get you in eventually. I guess it is... It feels like... Like, he really is really good at picking the spots, right? Like, he really does not do a lot of crazy shit, right? But it just feels like he just wins eventually. There might be some minutia that's a little bit beyond me here. I'm not so sure. Because, like, also, JB is no bitch, right? He's just slithering in, for real. Right, like, how... I feel like I can look at this all I want, but I don't really understand how we got here. Right? He also... It feels like he's using, quote-unquote, like, bad buttons a lot of the times, right? I believe Snake Eyes is a top Potemkin player. Is he a Grappler man across all games? Oh, I mean, Street Fighter is his OG game, I think, right? Snake Eyes is a really high-level Grappler player, basically anywhere he goes, yeah. If chip damage isn't real, Fireball is not but a speed bump? I suppose so, right? I don't really quite understand how we got here. Like, why is JB burnt out? I guess he's... Interesting that he jumps. This is actually a good point. I guess if you're gonna throw tech in the mid-screen, you might as well jump instead? Or is this another misinputted SPD? This is a concept I hadn't really considered. Is this another SPD? No, this is fully an intentional back jump. Yeah, I guess if you're gonna throw tech in the mid-screen, you might as well jump back, right? Because, you know, if they catch you, you'll eat a regular combo instead of a punish counter, right? You know, Texas Showdown one year and won his first strive bracket there to prove the anime gamer scene is free. I don't agree that's what he thinks. Yeah, I mean, Snake Eyes, he's really good at the video game, for sure. He's an entertaining personality, as far as I'll go, I think. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about how good he is at Zangief, and he's very good at Zangief, no doubt. But yeah, so this is actually not, yeah, because say for example you're wrong on him trying to throw you here, right? And he hits you with, he just like does plus frame into jab. You take like a regular combo, right? Whereas if you throw tech in the mid screen, a lot of the times you might get, if they neutral jump, or if there's a lot more things that beat that, and then you eat a full punish counter, right? So this is actually not such a bad idea. In the corner, you might get comboed for this by a lot of characters, but in the mid-screen like this, I've sort of defaulted to never throw teching in the mid-screen ever, basically. Just always, you know, take the throw and hope for the best after. Back tech and reset to neutral, mostly. But this is, like, this is a small thing. This is, like, the first thing that I've actually been able to glean that's, like a slight little optimization here, right? Jumping like this, weirdly, I think, is significantly better if you're gonna guess throw. He also just lands and does... Yeah, okay. So plus frame into Siberian Express. I guess he's... Yeah, the thing that I'm very confused about is I feel like he's getting away with sweep and headbutt right up close like this very often. This is like, if I have to come to the crux of like, what about this don't I understand? Like, what doesn't, like, how is he doing this? Is, excuse me. I got a little bit of a runny nose, apparently. Is, how is he getting away with using headbutt and sweep at, like, light kick ranges, right? And I suppose he throws out enough just like plus on block lights and shit like that he's, I mean, JB is also burnt out, so he's a little bit more defensive here anyway, but even last round, the round before this, right? He's throwing out enough plus on block lights in general that it makes JB a little less like willing to, like, you know, stuff like that. The little taps right there. I'm sorry, I don't keep doing this, but it's like genuinely like I really don't understand how he's winning this hard. And I mean, again, part of it is just, you know, he got a reset, you know, he guessed correctly, but it's not entirely that, right? So obviously, yeah, good patience, we identified, goes in when he finds his spot on the perfect parry. Immediate SPD, that's good, catches JB off guard. Probably wasn't expecting the fireball perfect parry anyway, right? And then it's, yeah, like, using a headbutt in, like, I'm going back, I keep going back. Using a headbutt like this is also something that I don't do this very much at all, right? I feel like I have to earn the right to use headbutt a lot of the time. It has to already be my advantage, because it's a 14 frame startup move, as you can see on the frame meter in the bottom there, right? But he's using it a lot in, like, neutral, quote unquote. Though I guess, sure. Like, I feel like I usually need to have a knockdown or something like that to have earned the right to use headbutt, right? I guess the interesting thing here, so he's blocking, he's playing, you know, quote unquote, he's playing patiently, but he's not giving up that much screen space, right? Like, as soon as he loses some space, he gets it back immediately from blocking. Like, he blocks this, right? He walks back a little bit, he spends the drive gauge, that earns, you know, JB a good bit of screen space. But then, like, you know, again, he like very aggressively tries to regain any space that he loses. I mean, that dash is certainly risky, but, Like, he's playing very aggressive defense, I suppose, right? While he is playing patient, he's not just, like, letting JB... He's not just blocking and letting JP push him around to the corner, right? Wonder if it's real or just extremely deep conditioning. These top-level players know each other pretty well. Yeah, that's... I'm trying not to read too much into, like, every little interaction, because, like, some of this is probably just going to be, yeah, like, you know, JB and Snake Eyes probably just played a bunch, but... Still, though, like just some general ideas of, like, again, he's patient, but he's not just, like, holding back the entire time, right? He's, like, picking the spots to fight back in. I like that, I mean, he's +5 there, right? There's not really too much that Archie is going to contest with. And he just catches him backdashing? Right, off the little poke right here. Catches him, what was JB doing here? Why'd he get hit? He was, yeah, trying to walk back, I think, or backdash. It looked like he was holding back, right? Sure. Up and down. Level 2, that's not a great spot anyway, because the tornado hits him immediately, right? So it is nice. That's an interesting idea, right? Since he's already committed to the tornado there, you know, the drive reversal is safe. That was a pretty, I mean, even like burning yourself out to neutralize Rashid level 2 is very valuable, right? Okay, I don't want to hyperanalyze this too much. Let's go to the next one that he wins as well. I think this actually was game 2. Yeah, this is game 1. Let's watch game 1 and see. Looks like backdash, 3-frame back input before holdback. Yeah, tried to backdash out to beat a command grab, I guess, off the little pokey, and you caught him. I guess the thing that's throwing me off is this is it feels, right, it's very simple. Okay. I will say he's also just guessing correctly on throw reads in the mid-screen incredibly often. Which is certainly, I mean, this part is partially a read on JB, partially luck. With headbutt, EX Lariat, sure. So much headbutt. Bullying the drive gauge, I guess, right? Yeah. Spends... So I guess here, like, he's been going for, like kind of fake headbutt stuff a lot. But here, there's no need to, right? Go for, like, a real, like, you know, headbutt into Hellstab here is a real block string. Into this is another block string, right? So you can, like, spend some cash to get the guaranteed burnout. Yeah, I guess he's not... I'm very aggressive with my drive gauge, right? And he's not really. Huh. Okay. JB gets some momentum going for once. Yeah, defending himself with Geef's bigger buttons. This we tracked, and this we started to do a little bit. This is something I need to, like, think about a lot more, right? It's something I'm very not good about doing. Is this idea that, like, you know, SPD is a neutral tool, right? And this might be, goes to the combo even when heavy SPD would have killed. I wonder why. On the stun, you mean? It might just be, honestly, the stun combo is just not that difficult, I guess, right? What season of Strive did Snake Eyes play Texas Showdown? 2? 3? Something like that? It was before Potemkin was top 1. For sure. But this is something that... This actually might be one of the reasons, too, why he can get away with just headbutting in this range as well. Because this, like, SPD is a 5-frame, unblockable, like, huge, right? Like, damaging neutral option. Both of the sort of core parts of Zangief's kit, like headbutt and SPD, I feel like wrongly, I suppose, I feel like, again, I have to earn the right to use them. I have to, like, find some plus frames, I have to find a knockdown, I have to do something like that before I can use headbutt, because otherwise it's, like, it's not real, right? But, yeah, he just, like, throws them out in neutral, right? Like, if you're just in, like, if you're within range of SPD and you're anywhere near him, right, he'll go for it. Sure. So he spends... There's also sort of this kind of ebb and flow that I think we'll see this probably with a lot of the higher level Geefs, is like, he spends quite a bit of drive gauge to get an advantage, and now he kind of slows it down a bit, right? And waits for his gauge to come back, probably. Range of his lights and just as fast as the reason Modern gave him the version with no range. Yeah, it would have been really good to just be able to have a one-button SPD in neutral, certainly, right? Okay. Mix-up. Sure. JB putting something together. Good block on the drive rush overhead. Is that fuzzy? Is he? What do the inputs look like here? Is he fuzzy blocking this at all? He gets thrown again. Yeah, I think so, right? It's hard to tell if he's. I guess it's well. But you can time your drive rush overheads to hit meaty, but this I don't think did. I mean, Rashid is plus 27 after this. He goes like drive rush into 22 frame startup. I guess there's some world where like in certain cases like you can fuzzy like low high that, but I'm not sure. See, a lot of Zangief players going for the hold down level 2 combo as well when normal level 2 would kill comfortably. Maybe it's just to stay in the rhythm of the game. Maybe. Like just, you know, if you have no reason to disrupt from like your normal state of being, right? Ooh, good. Okay, good work punish. Fair enough. Plus 27. What is this, melty? It's off the throw, to be fair. It's a knockdown. The hero comes out on top. I love Rashid. His personality is really fun in this game. Maybe I'm biased because he's a Twitch streamer. On hits, yeah. Like on knockdown. The only thing that's that plus on block is probably like Rashid level 2. That thing's like plus 50 or 60 or something like that. If he just stands there and watches you do it. Oh, wait, what's so okay. Whiff punish with the sweep, sure. Drive rush hell stab he does a lot as a block string. I wonder why. I mean, he's plus 1, I guess. I'm curious about this. I guess it's more. I actually want to go and compare a couple of things in training mode real fast, because that's something else that I've noticed that that feels weird to me. But I want to know if there's a reason behind it or if it's like a comfort thing. And his victory screen's endearingly silly, yeah. And even his loss screen, man. You go, I suck. I am the turbulent wind. Rashid. So, you know, by this too, by the way, like this is something we already noticed, but like for closing out rounds, this is huge, right? Like I'm very bad at like, you know, I do crouch light kick into crouch light punch, but crouch light punch can also go into stand light punch, and yeah, stand from ranges where we're worried that crouch light punch won't reach. Stand light punch will, right? And it's still combos off of crouch light punch, as you can see, right? Because you can cancel lights into each other, so their startup gets significantly faster. There are a lot of rounds where, like, you know, from this distance, I might be like unsure if I want to crouch light punch or what, right? If it's gonna reach, maybe I might try to, you know, go for a reset or something. But you always have, you know, this as an option. And you can even go, you know, you can even go crouch light kick into crouch light punch into stand light punch as like one extra layer before you do a drive rush cancel, right? Also, this does hell stab level 2 here for some, like, why? Lariat would kill, but, you know, just do the harder thing for fun. Watching some Snake, good stuff. Yeah. Okay, there's a couple of things. There's one thing I want to check. I want to build a sort of notepad like we did last time. I already have a couple of additions to it. Hello, Mr. Streamer. What's going on? Hello. There was one thing I want to check real quick, because I feel like we go into training real fast. Why does he do like drive rush hell stab after he gets a headbutt or after he gets a hell stab? Jackhammer. Yeah. Hell stab, drive rush hell stab is plus 1, right? Is it maybe because if it hits, he gets a... Because, like, okay. If I have Ryuthan block here, right? This is -1, right? This is -3. So, like, a lot of the times, I would think of doing this to be +3. If we're going to do a medium. But he does this a lot. And I wonder why. Is it more... Does it do more drive gauge damage? This does about 2/3. This does 2/3 of a bar? Dude, Geef does so much drive damage. They both... Actually, it does a little bit less. It does a little bit less. It's less plus. I mean, the startup is 1 frame faster. But is it like a gapless diff? Like, if I have Ryu... if I have Ryu on block, do, like, OD Shoryu. Right? OD Shoryuken. right, and say that I do this, then that's gapless. Is this not? No, it is. What about, he did it out of Hell Stab into Hell Stab, that's gapless. But this into that still is. Does more damage on hit? I don't know if that's true, right? Because on hit, you would, like, if you did, you know, like headbutt into, and then you caught them mashing, right? Like they blocked the headbutt and you did drive rush this, you then get Hell Stab, right? Do you get another Hell Stab if you drive rush Hell Stab? You don't, right? So even then, like, if you do this, you get bonk, bonk, versus just this, that, right? Like the drive rush crouch medium punch gives you a Hell Stab after. You tell me Geef's +2 light in a game with no throw protection hits that far? Goddamn, yep. He has some really, it's 7 frames, is sort of the price that it pays. It's like, you know, slower than some characters' mediums. It is basically a medium, right? Like there are characters with 6-frame crouch medium kicks, or you know, 6-frame crouch medium punches. Geef's got a 7-frame stand light punch, but does the amount of hits change the combo scaling? Yeah, I mean, it would. I guess, like, if you were gonna go straight into, like, level 3 or something off the Hell Stab, I feel like even then, it probably doesn't do... Like, it probably doesn't do, like, less damage, because the extra... Like, if he just went, you know, this into some combo... I mean, I guess if he just went this into level 2? I'm not fully sure. It feels like crouch medium punch is a better option to me, but I'm not sure if I'm missing something. Right? What the hell? Apparently I can't do level 3 today. There you go. Like, I mean, this is gonna be 70%. Like, yeah, even for, like, the one button, like, hit confirm optimization, that's 4860. And... What the fuck? It's a good thing we're not playing today. My god, I can't land a single 720 to save my life. There we go. Is this gonna be less? 60% of 4800? Yeah, it will be less, right? I think it's gonna be a little bit less. No, it's a little bit more. Yeah, This is a funny haha moment. He did it multiple times, though. He did it multiple times where, like, his... You know, like, there was one time he tried to burn JB out, and he did something like this, too. Please don't do this. Right? He did, like, bonk, bonk, bonk. Like that. And I don't know why. I don't think it's actually better, but I could be missing something. Right? Like, I understand headbutt Hell Stab here. Right? That's like headbutt into Hell Stab, because that's a frame trap where, you know, headbutt crouch medium punch is going to trade with any 4-framers. So I get that. I understand doing this into that. But off the drive rush, you'd think you would then do crouch medium punch. If you were going to do a medium. I'm going to assume that, what's the gap between headbutt, drive rush, headbutt on block? Headbutt, drive rush, headbutt? Big gap. Like, real big. Like, you can certainly, I mean, Ryu, if you wanted to, could certainly OD between this, right? He might even be able to mash? That's the part I'm not so sure. Like, if he crouching light punches, that's his 4-framer, right? Can he mash? No, he can't. Okay, so it does frame trap. That's good. That's actually good to know. I didn't realize this was, I thought the gap was bigger than that. Yeah, it's not gapless, so, like, you can, like, OS it and do an OD reversal. But it will at least frame trap. But yeah, you know, this, is, I guess... Yeah, I mean, this and this are both gapless, right? So is this. Hell Stab into Hell Stab and Hell Stab into Crouch Medium Punch are all gapless. I'm gonna assume that it's... Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's like a weird comfort thing, and there's not as much of a purpose to it. I guess, okay, the last thing to maybe check is what happens if you catch someone backdashing or jumping with Hell Stab versus, like, if he backdashes on block, right? And we do, like, I guess we're doing, this, that... Oh, I guess first off, yeah, he'd already... I want him to do it... I guess if he blocks this... Well, that's gapless, though. Can you delay it? Yeah, you can. I mean, yeah, you can, in which case... if you catch a backdash, you get that. And if you catch a backdash with this, you get a combo. I guess if they jump, you might get something better off Hell Stab? That's probably just me overanalyzing it, but I am trying to think about, you know, what possible reason there could be here. I mean, even if you catch a jump in the first few frames, they stay grounded, right? Yeah. So... I think it's just a, like, it's a personal choice thing. I'm not sure. It feels like this is probably better. But yeah, if we're gonna let me start. I want to build a bit of a notepad here of things that I notice, right? So let's bring this over here. So first off, using headbutt in, these don't need to be capitalized like this. Using headbutt in neutral, using SPD in neutral, right? Like, both of those are relatively big things. I mean, just like, we'll say, like, general patience, certainly, right? like playing Geef almost as like very much as like a defensive character. But yeah, like using headbutt in neutral, using SPD in neutral, right? Like a lot of the times I feel like I need to have, you know, I need to like have you in the corner, I need to have like a lariat knockdown, like I need to be I need to have like found, you know, like some sort of combo of like whatever, you know, doing don't block please, Ryu. I got like a hell stab into an EX lariat, right? Into like chasing your back tech into a headbutt or something like that. A lot of the times. Recover backwards, right? So like a lot of the times, you know, I have to like find some kind of hit like this or something like that, right? And then like chase it down. And then once we have the knockdown, like at that point, I can like, I've earned the headbutt, right? A lot of times he was just like, you know, walking up to people in neutral and doing this, right? Which is, it's a big button, I guess, right? You gotta be careful whiffing it, certainly, but it's a little bigger than it looks. And then even more so, not just patience, but specifically walking. Maybe if you face a Guile and end up full screen, try once again without jumps. Okay, well, Guile is probably the worst example. Guile is like the one character where like his kit is so designed basically that I don't know if you can get in without kind of jumping on him, right? But yes, yeah, specifically like he, you know, a lot of like walking back and forth. He didn't jump like basically once unless it was to read like he was trying to get away from a throw, right? Or like one time he like misinputted an SPD pretty clearly. But yeah, like lots of walking back and forth, right? And even when he walked back for a bit, he would like very quickly try to walk back in. He kept things up close like this the entire time, which is obviously this is where Geef likes to be, right? So even if like JB got some pressure and like he pushed him away a little bit, he would very quickly try to like dash back in or like walk back in and get things right back to here. And I think even more, you know, this is one thing, but I think the thing that allows you to do this, the thing that gives you like the respect to throw out a 14 frame move this up close without just, you know, them throwing out some random shit is this probably, right? Establishing SPD in the neutral. Gigantic ass, again, like huge, like just absolutely massive move that Ryu has to, like, this is about range, I think? Yeah. Right? Gigantic move, 5 frames, will counter hit, will beat out like anything that they throw out from this range. Has to basically be hard red, right? It's obviously it's unreactable. Does a good chunk of damage, right? It makes you very just not happy to be anywhere near like this range with Geef, right? So if they're worried about that, I guess that's where you can start, because normally like I feel like, you know, this range is, we're talking lights and mediums here, right? So I was very backstep instead of throw teching in mid screen. Ah, thank you, Matthias. Yes, that's a good point. But yeah, like I was very like confused about like how do you get away with doing a 14 frame button in a range where like lights are hitting people, right? And I think it's because of the establishment of the SPD. It is bigger than stand medium punch. Is that true? I think it's about the size. It's about the same size, but yeah, it's huge is the point. It's a little smaller, right? It's a tiny bit smaller than stand medium punch, but it's very big, right? So I like establishing this, I think, makes people just generally a lot less happy being up close. Like it's sort of the 3-part system there, right? These are Tager-ass magnet hands. Yeah, light SPD is gigantic, right? So using it as a neutral tool. And then he, on top of that, he refuses to leave this range, right? Like he's constantly, he's like, even when you push him out, even if he blocks something and gets kind of pushed out, he very quickly, like very aggressively, like tries to re-enter this range, where he's at all points, every second that you spend in here, basically, Geef is threatening to SPD you, right? So like, make this range uncomfortable, never leave this range, and then, you know, every now and then he just does this. Maybe my input has a slight forward walk. Yeah, if you do the SPD like with a slight walk like that, you'll give it like a slight range buff, right? You can, if you just buffer it out of a whiff like that, he doesn't move. It's a little smaller than stand medium punch, I think. But it's huge, is the point though, right? So I guess that's how you get to the point where you can throw out a 14 frame move like this up close. Every second you're not running, he's only getting closer. Exactly. Survivalist. Yeah. Something, psychiatrist. That's right, that's correct. But yeah, that's also, let's add that to the sheet as well. Jump instead of throw tech in the mid screen, right? Because I guess it makes a lot of sense. Like when he wanted to, like say that if you block something, you think someone's gonna throw you again in the corner. It's a little bit different because a lot of characters have like, you know, Geef himself, for example. If you jump in the corner, there's no guarantee of safety, right? You can just die. I guess if he whiffs a throw, but even if he whiffs a throw, you can just if he whiffs a throw meaty on your ass, you can just lariat you down a lot of the time anyway. So it doesn't quite apply in the same way in the corner. In the corner, you can like forward jump out, take a health tax at least. But again, even then, I know that Geef at least can if he feels you know, fancy with it. He can OD lariat you and then keep up pressure, right? But yeah, so in the corner, not really, but in the mid screen, it makes a lot of sense. If you think that someone is going to throw you, jumping back, right? Like jumping back when you want to guess grab is a lot safer than throw teching, right? Because like, I mean, I guess you certainly can, like it resets you to neutral fully, right? Which is the throw tech will do as well, but the difference is if they call it out, right? You need like a regular combo instead of like a full like shimmy into punish counter into the worst thing they can do, right? Like if you do this and like, you know, they walk back or something, one, they just reset to neutral even heavier, right? And they try to delay or something like that, you don't get punish countered. So it makes a lot of sense. Is Zangief command grab 360? I thought it's half circle forward. Yeah, no, it's 360. Half circle back is his the jump scare, right? Half circle back kicks is this one. By the way, Mr. Streamer, I had a couple of Narm mirrors against Ninebreaker and the coaching helped a ton. Thanks. Yo, I'm glad to hear it, man. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, it's 360. Though again, it ends up being 270 plus a little bit, right? Like if you just give it, if you go forward and all the way up to like up back, right? Then that's also EC right there. Like that's an SPD as well. Forward, down, back, back, up, back. So you don't have to go like it's more like it's like a 270 a lot of the time, but half circle back is Manon, correct. And also Zangief, Siberian Express / running bear grab / Russian suplex. You're going for a ride. But yeah, so that already is quite interesting, right? Like these, cause I a lot of the times had just given up on, like, I wish I could, what's a good way to, I mean, I think I should be relatively obvious, right? Like if you whiff a throw and they like walk back and punish counter you, even in the mid screen, a lot of characters off a punish counter, right, can get some pretty good damage. Like a lot of characters can still, they're not getting their best damage, but like, they can still do a lot to you, certainly, right? Off of a punish counter. Versus again, like say that you jump or something like that. If I try to shimmy you and do this, I don't even get anything, right? So I do, now I guess the difference is it might lose to some like strike. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It might, I was gonna say it might lose to some strike options that throw tech wouldn't. But like if you get frame trapped or something, the throw tech will get counter hit. So I really like this idea. Jump back in the mid screen when you want to guess throw instead of throw teching, right? Yeah, or I guess backdash would work too, theoretically. Backdashing in the mid screen, but that might be more liable to get caught by a couple of things. I like it a lot. I guess Zangief level 1 is the sort of, like, it's designed to beat exactly that. But besides that, there are very few things that, like, throw teching won't lose to that jumping back will. So I'm a big fan. There's a lot more there than I expected, honestly. I'm gonna cut, like, the first 10 minutes of this shit out because we talk about Pathfinder, but, like, this actually still went longer than I thought. Let's go watch some more stuff. Let's watch a different Zangief, maybe.